start now, even in small ways, incorporating giving into your financial planning.
What is the perfect bite? That mix of flavors, textures, colors, and aromas that come together in one amazing amuse-bouche. Big ideas expressed in small bites. That's our podcast, a variety of inspiring topics to make your financial goals and dreams a reality.
Brought to you by Clark County Credit Union for your weekly serving of food reviews, financial education, and life hacks that your future self will appreciate. It's the perfect bite of interesting information to start your week. Welcome to episode 85 of The Perfect Bite. I'm Crystal Price.
And I'm Shannon Hiller. Let's dig in. We love trying new dishes here at The Perfect Bite, and today we're talking about the Geisha House. Next, we're happy to invite Christine from Candlelighters to talk about how to navigate the expenses associated with childhood illness and medical treatments. And finally, we'll share how to stay on a cleaning schedule.
Each week on The Perfect Bite, we'll visit a locally owned Southern Nevada restaurant that we hope will become your new favorite. This week, we're sharing a local hotspot and favorite, Geisha House Steak and Sushi. So Geisha House, which I did not know, was established in 1971 on Desert Inn and Sandhill. So this is very old school, original Vegas, kind of east side. The location has since moved, so they're no longer there, and now they are on North Decatur and the 215. So
is that in the Walmart shopping center?
It is. It's right there in the corner next to Popcorn Girl, if you guys like popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
They are said to be the first Japanese hibachi restaurant in Las Vegas. Pretty cool. So the atmosphere when I went in was very casual, date night vibes, lots of couples or just like people hanging out. It looked like a bar, but it was the sushi little setup area where you could watch the sushi people make their creations. So that was on one side of the wall. On the other side, they had all of the hibachi or, as you mentioned in a previous episode, teppanyaki tables and people dining around there. And then in between there were a bunch of tables and booths in the middle. It's very party atmosphere. It was kind of like a little rowdy. I went with Rodney and it was not a date night. It was just like, let's go get dinner together. But it felt like, is this like,
was it late?
It wasn't that late. It was like maybe 7-ish.
Okay.
And kind of rowdy. I think the people at the sushi bar had maybe a lot to drink. Not a little, a lot. At one point, somebody dropped a plate and it shattered right next to us. And yeah, that was a whole other...
Maybe go for lunch, guys.
Yeah. So, I mean, besides that, though, it was very date night. Everybody else was calm. It was just this group of people. So when I went, what I ordered were the deep fried calamari. One thing to note, which I continue to get this confused, but the calamari when you go to like a sushi place is different than if you order calamari from a traditional steakhouse alone. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it's those flanks. So I always forget that, but I ordered the deep fried calamari. They were good. Not what I was hoping to get, but they were good. And then I ordered from their specialty sushi roll menu, the cooked sushi, because I'm not ready to try the raw ones yet. But I ordered the Harajuku Girls roll, which was $13. Inside of it was a shrimp tempura, spicy soft shell crab mix. On the outside, it had shrimp, avocado, and then the sauces that they used were a spicy mayo with an eel sauce. And I can honestly say this was like one of the best cooked sushi rolls that I've ever had, like anywhere ever. I feel like I could have eaten like multiple trays of these sushi rolls. It was very fresh.
I think it's good they have like the options, right? If you don't really want to get the stuff that everyone else is ordering, then you have have choices.
And there was a good amount of choices. Yeah. It was a very big menu. I want to say
I haven't been there yet.
3 pages worth of items to choose from. What I'll order next time, though, is I think I want to do the hibachi dinner or the teppanyaki. They were pretty busy, and that's, when you went in, they asked, do you have a reservation? Because pretty much those tables are filled up. So I got to make my reservation. That's my recommendation for you all as well. But yeah, I want to do the hibachi and then just really kind of enjoy and just see how their teppanyaki goes together and, how their fancy tricks and see all that fun stuff. Well, if you have a recommendation for a restaurant or a dish for us to try, send us a message at ThePerfectBite@CCCULV.com. We're always open to new ideas.
So every 5th episode, we invite a guest to share their knowledge with our listeners. And today we're happy to welcome Christine. She's the Director of Development and Marketing at Candlelighters, which is celebrating its 45th anniversary this year. Their mission is to provide emotional support, quality of life programs, and financial assistance for children and their families affected by a childhood cancer for Candlelighters. Christine, can you tell us just a little bit about Candlelighters, your role there, and any previous experience you want to share?
Yeah, so Candlelighters, as you said, has been in the community for 45 years, and we've really stood with families shoulder to shoulder who are going through a terrible disease. And I've been with Candlelighters just for this past year. I work with sponsors and our donors to help provide the vital assistance that our families need. Prior to Candlelighters, I always was involved with nonprofits, whether it was as a staff member or as a board member or a volunteer. So I really, nonprofit work is really close to my heart. And I'm a daughter of a cancer survivor. So the mission of Candlelighters is especially important to me. I really want to be able to provide families with what they need when they go through this really difficult time in their lives.
You sound perfect for that role.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's great. So we want to just dive into some of the financial side to going through childhood cancer. And I imagine there's also, other issues. But when a child's diagnosed with cancer or any illness, really, parents have to face that financial side as well as going through, the challenges of going through that experience with their kids. So what are some of the hardships that the people with Candlelighters that you guys work with that you've observed or that are kind of common that they face?
Yeah. Well, we often see that a dual income household will go down to one income. One
It's
parent.
a lot of time to care for.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And you may see one parent take FMLA and then they may eventually just quit their job entirely. And depending on the age of the child or how extended the treatment is, they have to be there with them through every step. And so then you'll start seeing families going through these financial hardships, just taking care of like their everyday life, like their rent and mortgage, utilities. And now they have to pay for transportation to and from appointments. And there are a lot of appointments. If they have a certain type of cancer that requires special treatment, they may have to go out of state. So then they have to pay for travel for treatment, right? Yeah. It can really be a burden. And then all of that on top of the medical costs that they now have to take care of. Many of our low-income families are able to take advantage of Medicaid, which is great. However, they still struggle with things like transportation. Mm-hmm. So often a family will have one car where one parent will use to go to and from work, but then they won't have transportation to go to and from their appointments, and there are so many appointments. And then also having to be prepared for the emergencies that come up during cancer treatment, right? And there are a lot of emergencies. So if a child gets a fever while going through treatment, that's always an ER visit. Oh. So not being able to be prepared with the transportation, there's really just a huge financial need for families who go through this. Candlelighters, we're there. We provide financial assistance. We provide rent and mortgage payments. We help with utilities, transportation, and travel for treatment if they have to go out of state.
Oh, that is great. Mm-hmm. Outside of like the financial hardships, I also imagine that there's also like social hardships, right? Like maybe family members, if they have siblings, things like that. Can you share a little bit about how Candlelighters helps to provide emotional support?
Yeah. I think the best example of a social hardship would be our teens during a time in their lives where they're just trying to fit in and they start to lose their hair. Their bodies starts to change. Yeah. And then depending on what kind of cancer, they may have other issues like their mobility may be permanently affected, right? Mm-hmm. So it can be really, really difficult for our teens, especially after the pandemic, because they went through that period of isolation. Yeah. And then if they were diagnosed after the pandemic, now getting thrown into that again, right? Okay. So I think that they're really representative of how hard this can be socially. Candlelighters has a teen scene, And it's a monthly program where we bring our teens together, ages 13 to 17, and they're able to hang out, have fun, and make friends with people who they can relate to.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And that's just one of our programs. I mean, we provide pretty comprehensive emotional support. So we provide traditional counseling, one-on-one. We have family counseling. We have art therapy, play therapy for our littles. We have bereavement group in Spanish and in English, and we do that once a month. And we also provide counseling virtually. So if there's a kid in the hospital and they want counseling and they can't make it, they're able to still take advantage of that. And we provide this entirely free of cost to all of our families.
You guys also do Camp Firefly.
We
correct?
do,
Can
yes.
you share about that?
Yes, camp. It's a sleepaway camp, and it's in Big Bear. It's medically supervised, and our kids get to go and just be kids. And, you know, they're there with community, with people who understand them. And it's really just such a fun and beautiful thing.
Yeah, I went to, it was during the pandemic, not the worst of it, but I believe it was like 2021, and you guys had it in town at Circus.
Oh, yes.
And it was kind of like, what is this experience going to be like? But you guys really turned the whole environment around. You know, they're going through this illness, but you would never think it, just seeing all of the different activities, the kids getting together, different age groups. They were dancing and singing, and it was just like a fun time. So yeah, you definitely provide that environment of like family and belonging, and they can forget about all of the medical stuff, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so much joy. Like you see all that, you know, that community that comes together. And, you know, often when people think, or when I talk to people about Candlelighters and they're like, oh, that's so hard. It is, but there's so much joy too.
It seems like such a great community. I have a friend that her son had been diagnosed with cancer and went through the Candlelighters program and events and things, and it really includes the whole family.
Yes.
What advice would you give to parents that maybe have recently had a child diagnosed with cancer or any kind of serious illness? Like, I don't know, just how do you start? How do you focus, you know, on the things going on with your family when you're right in the middle of it?
I think that's a hard question. You know, I'm a mother myself. I can't imagine anything more difficult that a family can go through. And I think you don't really know the answer until you actually go through it. But I will say, from a Candlelighters perspective, don't be afraid to ask for help. We know that a family can't do this alone. Otherwise, our organization wouldn't exist. There's no shame in coming and asking for help. We're here for you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, I think that's all the questions that we have for now. I'm sure that our viewers or listeners may have additional ones that you guys can send in. But before you go, we do have 2 questions that we like to ask all of our guests. And the first one is, what piece of financial advice would you give to anyone that they could start today for their future self?
So I'll take a philanthropic angle here. One thing I learned, and I wish I had realized earlier, was the importance and the fulfillment of charitable giving. You know, and it's not about how much you give. It's more about the intention and the regularity with which we support causes that are close to our hearts. So I would say my advice is to start now, even in small ways, incorporating giving into your financial planning. I think it can really enrich our own lives and then the lives of others, like Candlelighters families, in immeasurable ways.
I like that. And I think even if you aren't ready to financially give, you can give of your time to organizations like Candlelighters.
Yep.
Our team here at Clark County Credit Union has participated in many ways to try to help with Candlelighters. And so there's always a way to give back to charity.
Absolutely. We love our volunteers.
Yes.
And because our podcast does focus on local restaurants as well, what is your favorite locally owned restaurant? And do you have a favorite item that you like on the menu?
So I'm going to go with Ellis Island Casino. They have a restaurant called The Front Yard, and it is a really cool spot, a great place to grab a drink and watch a game.
Oh, is that in Henderson?
It's not.
Where's Ellis Island?
It's down on
Like
Flamingo and
okay.
Koval.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A different one.
Yeah. It's really cool. I don't know if I could pick a favorite dish. Their burgers are good, but everything's good there.
Okay, the front yard.
The front yard.
I haven't talked about
They
that
also
one
have a karaoke place. I don't know if it's that place, but Ellis Island is fun.
Yes, Ellis Island's super fun.
Yeah.
I've been going there since college. So fun place to hang out. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, Christine, for joining us. We really appreciate your time today. And now we'll take a quick break to hear from our sponsor.
CCCU has a bonus for you. High five! It's 5% interest on a bonus checking account, only available at Clark County Credit Union. That's 5% on your money, and it's just one more benefit of membership at Clark County Credit Union. Isn't it time for you to join? Anyone can be a member, because if somebody's making money off your checking account, shouldn't it be you? Open a bonus checking account today and start earning your 5%, only at CCCU. Funds privately insured by American Share Insurance.
Next up is our Future Self segment inspired by the Happiness Project. Juggling between work, taking care of the kids, and keeping a house clean can be a challenge at times. We pulled a list of recommendations for a cleaning schedule for your house, and what we're going to do today is we're going to go through the list and see how each of us stacks up, we're doing, and if we can make improvements. Yes, so let's start with the first category on Good Housekeeping's list. So these are recommended for every day. Let's see how we do. Shannon. Every day, do you make your bed?
No.
I don't. What I do, I consider it making my bed, but I don't do it at the beginning of the day. It's kind of weird. I do it at
before
night.
you get into bed?
Yes.
I do this, yeah.
Okay. So
Silly.
we're okay. We're good. We do make our bed.
I'm like, I'm going to just get into it again. I don't know. When I do make my bed, though, I do feel like nice that it's done, but I don't know. All those like self-help books are like, do this one thing for yourself, make your bed. And I'm just like, I feel productive. I don't know. You do you.
Also, too, when I wake up in the morning, Rodney's still sleeping, and so I can't really make it if he's in it. So that's
he should make the bed every day.
day.
Okay, got it.
Right. That's it right there. It's his fault. How about clean the coffee maker and wash dirty dishes?
Yes to dirty dishes. I do not like having dishes in the sink.
Kitchen.
That is one of my daughter's main chores, so I try to get her to do it mostly daily. But if I need to step in, like I don't like starting to cook dinner with dirty dishes. I need to clean.
I'm like, I can't.
Slate.
If you guys want to eat, you better wash these dishes because I am not doing this.
Yeah.
How about wiping down and sanitizing the kitchen counters and table?
No, I'm not doing that every day.
We do wipe it down. That is a part
Sanitize.
of like,
Come on now.
doing the dishes. You gotta clean the counters, do the whole kitchen. Don't be lazy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That. Yes. But
sanitizing, we don't go that far. Maybe we should. How about doing laundry as needed? So this might not be every day, but if laundry's there and needs to be cleaned, do you procrastinate or do you get it done?
I think with a large family, I know I have friends that they have like a laundry day, but then they're doing laundry all day. And so I do try to do like a load or two a day. It's the actual like folding and putting them away that's the hard part for me. But
the
no,
chair in your room that holds the clothes, because
like
I do.
You've been there. Okay. Yep.
Okay. So far we're doing all right, but not great. How about sweeping the kitchen floors?
No, I have a dog. She does that for me.
Darn, I need a dog.
Well, no, I don't do that.
That is part of our kitchen chores as well. So it's like you do it all. You do the floors, take out the trash,
don't come to
wipe the
Shannon's
counters. No, you got a dog. You're all good.
I'm like, come over here, eat
spotless.
That. Yep.
How about wiping down and sanitizing bathroom surfaces, shower walls, and sinks?
They're saying that's every day.
They are saying it every day, according to Good Housekeeping.
Need to write a letter to the editor. Yeah, no. I think the counters, I like to keep a towel for brushing your teeth and you get stuff on there. Like I like to do that. But I mean, really, I just think I'm mostly doing stuff a weekly basis. I'm not, except for like dishes.
I'm kind of the same.
Really doing...
I mean, if there's something like gross, of course I'm going to wipe it up, but it's not getting like gunky or anything that I can see. Okay, let's move on to every week. These are every week chores.
Maybe
that Good
list
Housekeeping.
them all and I'll tell you because it probably knows as well.
Changing the bedding, cleaning your mirrors, mopping the kitchen and your bathroom floors, dusting furniture, vacuuming floors and furniture, tossing expired food.
So pretty good at some of these because I actually love to clean out my fridge and get rid of stuff.
Oh, yeah. I have to.
Yeah, I think that you've seen all the funny like memes and stuff about having parents that like keep stuff forever. That's like not, it's all expired. Oh, that'll be good someday.
2003.
Like, yeah. I'm like, Mom, this ketchup is black. Like, why do you still have it? It's done. It's not good anymore. So I do feel like a sense of joy at like, this is actually food that we have that we're going to eat right now. I'm good at that. We do the mirrors. We do like, I don't know. I feel like there's basic things that we're going to, I don't mind things being cluttered as long as they're clean, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like there's
so
an
like my kids just have
too.
clutter and I can't fight it. So I'm not going to always like mop and I don't know.
And I kind of let the kids do their own thing unless I have to go in there, and then I will say something. But like my space, I don't do all this stuff for sure. I do not. I do toss the food every week. Like trash night comes, get whatever it is old out. Changing the bedding, I try to do that. Cleaning the mirrors, it's probably not every week, but if it needs it, it needs it. I definitely don't mop the kitchen floor. Our flooring is consistent throughout the whole house. So it's like if you start in the kitchen for mopping anyways, you have to go to the living room, then you got to go to the hallway, then you got to go to the front room. So it's like this never ending thing. So that's more of a monthly task.
This is turning into a confessional. Let's focus on
I know.
what we're supposed
this is
to
bringing
be
me
doing
down
from Good Housekeeping.
Every
All
month.
right.
Every month, do you vacuum the vents and woodwork, dust and clean light fixtures and blinds, clean your dishwasher, laundry machines, and vacuum? Those are all no's for me.
Those are no's.
Maybe once a
maybe
year.
the blinds and light fixtures. I think for our family, like if you have the right tool for stuff, it's almost like fun. Like the right tool makes it a joy, right? So
those are those like fluffy things that you stick in, right? Yeah,
Yep.
those do look fun.
My kids actually like fight to use those.
Oh,
They'll be like, it's my
okay.
turn to dust. And I'm like, okay. So then I bought more because I'm like, everyone has one and you can all dust. Yeah. So I think when you have the right things in place to do these drops, but like we have cleaned out our laundry and, done the dishwasher. Like we go in and unscrew everything, but it's usually when there's an issue. It's not like we're like, yep, this is the first of the month. We're going to do that. So
it should be
maybe a good
if
goal
it was
there.
Like easier, like a tablet that I could just drop in. Maybe there is one. I'll have to do some research. But
no, you got to like open all the filters and stuff.
I'll leave that for my husband. That's not for me. Every 3 to 6 months, wipe down the inside of your fridge, clean your range hood and inside of the oven, wash your shower curtain liner, clean under and behind furniture, include outside patio furnitures if you have any, and then also washing your pillows and comforters and vacuuming your mattress.
So I'm pretty much a slob, apparently, according to Good Housekeeping. I just throw away my curtain liner. I confess. I'll be like, oh, this one's done. They're like $10. Like, just get a new one. And I think I do my oven more than that.
Yeah, that's kind of part of our kitchen, honestly. It's like,
and same with the
clean
fridge.
that.
Like if there's something in there, we'll wipe down. But
yeah,
I'm not.
I didn't know you vacuum mattresses.
Yeah, and I think you're supposed to rotate them and then vacuum and rotate them.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to get on these, Crystal. All right, every year, what do we got?
We got deep cleaning your chimney or fireplace.
Well, don't have that, so that's great.
We're ahead of the game. Cleaning your carpet, upholstery, windows, dryer vents, drapes, curtains, and gutters. No.
I don't have drapes. I don't have curtains. We have shutters. So, I don't do any of those. I don't have them.
Okay. We'll try again next year.
Yeah.
It's 2024. Here we go, guys.
Good goals. I mean, I think we do a lot of other great things, right, Crystal?
We sure do.
All right. Let us know if you try any of these weekly, daily, monthly, yearly cleaning, and let us know if you have a plan that will help us in 2024.
We want to hear from you. Send us your financial questions or money topics that you'd like to learn more about, and don't forget any fun local food recommendations. Our email is ThePerfectBite@CCCULV.com.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode, brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. For additional money management tips and financial calculators, check out our website at ccculv.org. Now that was The Perfect Bite.